What is up, guys? We are back with another episode of Quik Talk Sports. My name is Logan Collins, as you know, one of the co-hosts. Other co-host right there, Adrian Sosa.
What's going on, everyone?
All right, and today we are going to have two special guests for you. College football. They are going to be in the class of 2025. We're not going to tell you who it is. They are elite high school recruits. Not really much else to say. You'll see when they join. We hope the college football season happens. Just a little preview of this week. We just dropped Zay Flowers' video yesterday, wide receiver out of Boston College. And in about a week, we are going to have another video for you about NBA playoff predictions. What do you got, Sos?
I'm just looking forward to getting these two guys on with us, see how they're getting ready for their senior year in high school, and what's the next year and next couple of years hold for them.
Yeah. So just a little bit about these guys. We got two big-time athletes. Number one, we got Dallas Turner. Number two, weak side D-end in the country, committed to Alabama. And we have an offensive guard, number 5 in the country, committed to Clemson, Marcus Tate. So, our relationship with them, so you could talk a little bit about that before they hop on.
Yeah, I know both of these guys from basketball. Marcus Tate, bigger guy. He was a low post player, had a nice touch, real light on his feet. So it doesn't surprise me that he's one of the top O-linemen in the country. And then Dallas Turner, I'll let him tell you, but he gets after it. DN has a quick first step, super athletic. He goes after the ball. So, what most people don't know, these two guys were big time basketball players. If they committed themselves at a full-time level, no doubt in my mind, they would be Power 5, Division I basketball players.
Yeah, same with me. I played a little bit of varsity my senior year with Marcus and JV as well in my freshman year and sophomore year. But he also played football and committed to that. Dallas, I know a little bit through Sosa. I know he played for Nike Team Florida for at least a year. I'm not sure how much longer. But like he said, both highly talented football recruits, and they went with that because, that's probably their best decision for their future in terms of playing a pro sport.
Yeah, well, what many people don't know, and we'll get Dallas on to talk about this in a little bit. He got invited, I believe it was his sophomore year, he got invited to the USA basketball mini camp out in Colorado Springs. So they bring some of the top players in your class, and that's like basically a tryout it's a pre-tryout for the Olympic team, the under 16 and under national team. So he was invited. Unfortunately, he had an ACL injury in football and he couldn't make it. He did go out there. He didn't participate, but he was there for the event. And he was like a shooting guard, small forward, played a lot around the high post, sneaky hops. I mean, he could jump, but quick, explosive off his feet. And every game, he had one or two plays that will leave the college coaches just going crazy. Just his athleticism, whether it was a block or a dunk, running the floor, you throw him. He was pointing, throw it up, he'll go get it.
Okay. So that's a little bit about them. In terms of us, what you got going on, Sos, right now? You want to talk a little bit about NBA real quick before we start with them?
Yeah, no, I mean, last week of the regular season, in the West, it's the 8th spot. They're fighting for the 8th spot, and it looks like Portland's going to get in the playoff game. And I mean, you get Portland against the Lakers, Portland at full strength. It's going to be a good game, or a good series. So I'm looking forward to that. We do have our first guest. He's about to join us. We got Marcus Tate. Let me go ahead and add him to the call.
What's up, Marcus?
Hello?
What's up, Marcus?
What's going on, Marcus?
What's going on, Coach? What's going on, Logan?
What's up, Marcus? So we got Marcus Tate in here, Clemson commit, offensive guard. Went to school with him. Sosa coached him in basketball, just for the viewers. Marcus, I got a question for you real quick. Why'd you choose Clemson?
during the recruiting process, I was very I was kind of ready to kind of shut it down. And when they had offered me in the summer, going into my junior year, I had took a visit there, and it was second to none. I never felt like I never felt so like comfortable in a place. And I visited a whole bunch of schools that summer, so I was already set high on them at the time. So then I want to say I went to the Texas A&M game, and there was a point where you get to see when they're coming down the Tiger Walk, and you see everybody in the stadium, and then when they came out off the bus and they touched that rock, all the fans were going crazy. I knew then that's when I wanted to be a Clemson Tiger. But most importantly, I'm a very family oriented man. So they're very big on family there, and I praise God and Jesus a lot, and that's something they believe in. So that took a big big impact on me making that decision there. So I just feel like who I am as a person fits into their culture. So that was the best decision for me.
Sure. And I got one more real quick before I pass it on to Sos. What do you have to say to the viewers that don't know, as much about Dabo Swinney and his personal life? Like, how did he have an impact during your recruitment, just as a human being as well as a coach?
Well, I mean, he is what you see on TV. I promise you that's who he is in real life. He's the most genuine guy you ever meet. He talks to you. He's very, God-fearing. He talks to you so genuine. I don't think there's a mean part of his soul. He just talks to you, and he makes you feel at home. He remembers things. Like I remember he met my nephew one time, and the next time I seen him, he remembered his name, last name, and everything. So it was like, he really cares about his kids, and I noticed that. So for him to notice that about all my family names and just always keeping in contact with me and just making me feel like I was a priority to them, it was an easy choice.
What you got, Sos?
Yeah, so Marcus, man, I know you said so you wanted to shut it down, you committed to Clemson. Can you just kind of tell us how that process was? I know you started getting recruited at a young age, and you pretty much had your choice. You could have went anywhere in the country. Just how was it? The phone calls, the text messages, the letters, the visits on campus. Did it get to a point where not only did you wanted to go to Clemson, but you were like, man, this is a lot. I just want to focus on getting better. And just tell us about that process.
But yeah, I started getting, offers. I got my first offer 8th grade year, but everything really started rolling in after freshman season. And after a while, you have to call. At first they can't really talk to you like at first, so you have to call them, and they always want you to call them. And at some point, kind of gets like annoying to me. Like I was kind of done with it. So, after a month or two when they was allowed to talk to us, I just realized like I'm done with this recruiting stuff. I'm trying to focus on myself. I don't have to focus on, where I'm going to school anymore. I just want to focus on getting better, being the best football and student athlete I can be. And, picking Clemson, that helped me because now I don't have to focus on making a decision anymore. So, yeah, it definitely got, a little too much for me. I was starting to get overwhelmed with the whole recruiting process. And I generally didn't like it as much as, people make it out to be. So, yeah. I mean, I think it was just more like a business decision to do it then,
Okay. And how has, with COVID going on right now, the limitations from, team workouts and things like that, what are you doing individually? Are you guys practicing as a team? Are you allowed to? What are you doing individually in the event that the season does take place? You're ready to go.
Well, yeah, see, we're not allowed to train as a team right now because it's just rules at school, and I think the district doesn't allow it. So we can't really do anything as a team. But individually, I do field work every day. I'm training 4 times a week. Working in the weight room 4 times a week. So, I'm just going at it as hard as I can. I feel like I have to. I have goals, and to be at the level that I want to play at and to be at the level that I'm expected to play at, that's what I got to do to, be that person. So, yeah, I'm working every day. I'm just trying to stay in the best shape of my life, and, I'm eating better. So, yeah, I'm doing everything I can.
Okay. Go ahead, Logan.
Okay, Marcus, what do you think it's going to feel like to play in Death Valley when you get to college with all the fans just rocking Saturday night?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I don't know, man. I'm so excited. I've never been so excited to just, experience that. It's different. U school is no big school, so it's not like you're used to playing around a bunch of fans. But, I can't wait, when I'm walking on that field and you see everybody sees you and it's just, so loud. And I feel like, that's why I feel I'm going to be at the top of the world, and I'm just ready for that,
Okay. And for U school, because you just brought it up, Do you guys have potential to win a state championship this year?
If we get the chance to play, I do believe we have the chance.
Yeah.
The 2021 football class, we're a very strong class. A lot of us played since our freshman year, so I do believe that, we're more mature than a lot of other teams, and, we're well coached. So hopefully if we get the chance to play, I think we take it all.
Okay, I got one more. So what are you looking to improve on? Number one thing in your game?
In my game? So like in my run blocking, pad level. That's probably my biggest, my biggest downfall in my game is just I play high at times. So that's what I'm working on right now.
And what's the best part of your game?
I'm good with mirroring people in pass protection. It helps with playing basketball. So, playing all basketball all those years in middle school and 2 years in high school kind of helped me, when I'm going against, athletic guys, I can just mirror them like it's nothing. So pass protection is probably my strongest with my feet work.
Okay, so.
Yeah, I mean, you just touched on basketball. Before you came on, we were talking a little bit about you and your basketball ability. I told him how, you used to play in the low post, but you had a nice little touch. You would step out, hit some jumpers. You got great hands, great feet. How do you think, first of all, do you get a chance to play basketball much these days? And then secondly, how do you think basketball has helped you transition on the football field?
Well, not so much. I don't really get the chance to play basketball too much anymore. I get to play every here and then. Usually when I do play, it's when the football team gets to play as, as a team, right? Every time we have, time off practice, but not really anymore. But I will say that I think basketball is the reason that made me the player who I am today, because just being as athletic and, as I am because of basketball, the conditioning that I'm in, and also just really my feet work. If I didn't play football, if I didn't play basketball, my feet work would not be as good as it is today. Playing in the post, it's just like playing left tackle,
Yeah.
And it really helped me out. It's what took my game to the next level. I think basketball is the biggest reason for my success, one of the biggest reasons for my success so far in my life.
Left tackle, that's the money position right there.
Yeah, especially with Pat Mahomes making all that money, they're going to have to start paying left tackle.
Yeah, someone's got to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, talking about basketball, just kind of switching gears some from football, have you been able to watch the NBA, what's going on in the bubble?
Yeah, I keep up, of course. I'm a LeBron fan, so, I'm wherever he at. So we ain't doing too good right now, but we clinched the first seed, so we ain't worried about it.
That's what I was about to say, man. It's Lakers, they going through it right now, but
we going through it. I ain't gonna lie. Anthony Davis on and off. LeBron taking that low minutes and stuff off. But it is what it is. I feel like the whole league got better though.
For sure.
All these players that were just average, they're all really good now. Everybody's. But I heard it has something to do with the depth view of when you're shooting the basketball, because they're so used to playing in a wide arena and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you've played in that arena before, Disney Worldwide of Sports, a couple of times.
Yeah.
I think more than anything, it's the bubble atmosphere. There's no fans. It's almost like an NCAA feel. Every game matters right now.
Yeah.
You see more excitement on the bench. You see players showing more emotion than normal. It's good to watch, and for a basketball guy like myself, those games are all day. They start at 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I'm loving it.
Perfect. And it's every day. It's not even like it's just on Sunday now. So
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, Logan.
So I got one more, Marcus, for you. Clemson, they play a lot of elite teams every year. Like you said, Texas A&M. They play a whole ACC schedule. Sometimes I know they'll play Miami. I'm not sure if you'll play them while you're there or not. But what's one or two games that you're looking forward to play when you get to Clemson? You can't wait to play that specific team.
Well, sophomore year we play Miami. I'm looking forward to that game. That's I've marked it down since the day I committed.
Where's that game at?
It's in Death Valley too. So
okay.
In Death Valley. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm very excited for that game. I marked it down as soon as the day I committed. I'm just waiting for that game because that game means a lot to me. It's gonna be personal. And probably Alabama. Everybody wants to beat them. And growing up, I grew up an LSU fan. I don't know if a lot of people knew that, but I grew up an LSU fan, and Alabama used to beat them all the time. So, if it's a team that I want to beat, it's them.
Okay, and you just brought up LSU, who won the national championship last year. Did you ever consider them in your recruitment at all, or? or no?
Yeah, I did. They were I consider them very strongly.
A lot of people almost would say they were the favorite early on, right?
Yeah, them in Miami, I would say them two were like, the main, because I don't think a lot of people expected Clemson unless you're really close to me, but yeah, I would say those two because those are my dream schools, and I always made it clear those are the two schools that I've always liked to go to. But when you take that that part out of the recruitment and you make it strictly about business and what's best for you, it was those two schools weren't for me, and it was Clemson.
And also, when did so two-part question. Who was your first ever offer? What grade was that in? And then as well as when did Dabo start recruiting you? What grade was that in?
So I got my first offer in 8th grade year from Bowling Green. I didn't even
Okay.
play football at the time though. They just offered me off my size because I'm a big dude. And then Dabo, I started getting recruited by Clemson after my freshman year, but they don't offer you until you've done 4 semesters of high school. But I was being recruited by Brent Venables, the DC. So after my first season of freshman year. So yeah, that's when I was starting to get recruited by Clemson.
Okay, and for the viewers, tell them a little bit about your size, your weight, your height. What you weighing in right now?
So I'm 6'6", 315, 320. So yeah, that's me right now.
Yeah, that's a big dude for for a left tackle going to be protecting a quarterback at Clemson in one or 2 years. So can't wait to see you on the field. So you got anything else?
Yeah, I just got one more question. I mean, 6'6", 315. I mean, you getting up, you throwing it down, one hand, two hands, you playing above the rim. What's going on?
I'm reversing now, actually, Coach. So I remember now. Jumping usually not been my thing, but now I'm reversing. Drop stepping, dunking. Now, I'm above the rim.
Okay, so when you guys are playing with the football players, it's a no-brainer. Yeah. You're killing those guys?
Yeah, I'm killing those guys. I still think I'm the best player in the nation in basketball, period. So, it don't even matter. I still think I could dominate on the basketball level. So, I still love basketball. It's my favorite sport. It's the love. I love basketball, so.
Yeah, no, I remember you as I think it was as an 8th grader. I mean, you played football. 7th grade. You played in football, but basketball was your sport. That's when you were coming over from, what was the team, the red and white team?
Yeah, Plantation Power, yeah.
Yeah,
I was playing in middle school.
Yeah, that was a little step up for you. Came over.
Yeah, big time. And I think that helped me. I promise you, if I didn't make that step, I wouldn't be here where I am today. That's why I credit basketball so much and, that whole organization.
Yeah, no, definitely. As a football player, especially on the O-line, you could see it in your feet, in your hands, and the way you move, your agility. Those two sports, they have a lot in common.
Okay, I'll end it off with this.
So,
does Dabo still, keep up, or whoever's recruiting you, like you said, the defensive coordinator, does he keep up with you pretty much, once a week, once a day? How does that work? And even though you did say you ended your recruitment, a while ago, whenever you committed, are there still other coaches still think they got a shot at you, texting you, seeing how you're doing?
So what the first question, Dabo, I talk to him about every other week. And I talk to my position coach every day. He recruits me like I'm not even committed there. So that's a great thing about what they do. So, cool. I talk to the DC, every here and there still too. Mm-hmm. But I mostly talk to the online coach about every day. He's always keeping in touch. That's my dude. And so, yeah. In schools that still try to talk to me, UF, Bama, and UM. Yeah. Them three schools that still come at me.
That's the crazy thing about football. Even when you commit, they're still trying to have in-house visits until you sign on signing day. Yeah.
Nothing official until you sign that paper. Man.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's all I got, Sos.
Yeah, no, that's all I got, Marcus, man. We appreciate you coming on, just chopping it up with us for a little bit. Good to catch up with you. Hopefully you guys have a season. You guys make a run at states. We'd love to get you back on here in the future, after your Player of the Year, your Under Armour All-American, Army game, all that stuff. We want to get you on here, talk to you, and, wish you the best of luck this season. Before you leave, do you want to throw out any social media so anyone who's not following you can?
Yeah, my Instagram is MT257 and my Twitter is Team Florida it's Team FL25. So yeah, those are my main social media accounts. Follow my Instagram for sure. I'm trying to get 3K right now, so I'm on the road there. But I appreciate you guys having me. Anytime I'm available for y'all. I'll join for sure.
No problem. And, our Instagram's real quick, Logan Collins 223. And Sosa, you could drop yours real quick.
Adrian Sosa 10.
Make sure you guys get Marcus to 3,000 followers on IG. And also like, comment, share, and subscribe on this video. I appreciate you, Marcus, again for joining us on this episode of Quik Talk Sports. And we will see you guys again on the next video. Peace.